Hello everybody, and welcome back. Lately I've been wondering, is it possible to do a little lock in Pokemon White with grass types only? I don't really know. The rules for a hardcore Nuzlocke are displayed on the screen right now, and this isn't a real hardcore Nuzlocke. It's a walkthrough to see what's actually possible in a real scenario. So, with that being said, let's just jump right in. I reset the game a few times until I can get a bold Snivy or any Snivy that is a plus defense nature. This is going to be really useful for the run. I don't know if it's imperative, but it really helped having a defensive Snivy. We're going to fight Chili for the first gym, and this first Lillipup likes to work up and match my stat changes, so I can very easily get to +6 with Snivy to hit KO both the Lillipup and the Pansear. At the end here, if I get crit, I lose, but that's just what happens for most first gyms. You really don't have that much to work with, you just have to hope to not get crit. But regardless, I get the first badge. This next fight against Lenora is a huge wall in this run. Even if I manage to deal with Herdier, the Watchog comes in right after and has Retaliate, which does double damage after Herdier's dead. If it hits, Snivy will guarantee die to a crit or lose the majority of its health, which it's already low anyway after fighting Herdier. It's in my best interest to outspeed this Watchog if I want to have any chance for this fight. But this Snivy I have has bad speed IVs and needs EVs to help it. So is it even possible to get enough at this point? Well, the cheapest EVs right now come from Purloin, who gives 9 XP and 1 speed EV. My Snivy right now has 975 XP available after fighting all the required trainers. 975 divided by 9 is 108. Snivy actually needs 124 EVs to reach 39 speed, which is 1 point more than Lenora's Watchog. This just means that my Snivy is just too bad to outspeed the Watchog. You would need to reset the game for a faster Snivy if you want any chance at this run. Okay, so what are your chances? It's in your best interest to set up 6 growths, so when the Watchog comes in, you can outspeed it and kill it with 1 Miracle Seed Leaf Tornado. To make that possible, you would need to dodge 5 of the 6 takedowns that Herdier is going to go for. Each of the takedowns have 85% accuracy each. So you need 5 out of the 6 takedowns to miss your Snivy. That's 15% each time. You also need to hit 2 90% accurate Leaf Tornadoes. A Miracle Seed and +6 will ensure Snivy can get the kill on both the Herdier and the Watchog. Your rough chance of getting this done? 0.000075 or 0.0075%. Very nice. Let's say you get struck by lightning and you get through this battle. What's next? Alright, so at this point I'm gonna have to make a decision. Sewaddle, Pansage, and Petalil all appear in Pinwheel Forest. Pansage and Petalil both also appear in Lost Lauren Forest. Dreamyard and Abundant Shrine for Pansage and Petalil are off limits. This means that I'm going to only be able to choose 2 of 3 of the Pokemon named. I can get any combo of these Pokemon though, through repel manipulations and just circling back to an area after I caught one of the Pokemons to shut out the encounter chart. I ended up choosing Pansage because it's a physical sweeper, can be kind of fast, and Sewaddle because it has bug type and it has a little bit of physical bulk. We'll see in the end though how this plays out. Alright, so Bugsy's gonna be the last mess we're gonna have to deal with. And it took me about 20 tries to get this battle you see here. But basically, the only strategy that I could find for this battle is to get 6 flashes off on this Whirlipede with Sawaddle. And then, once you get that off, the battle is basically won from this point. You can go into Snivy, set up 6 growths with the evasion chance and the leech seed to heal you if Whirlipede does break through all the accuracy drops, and then with Snivy at +6 you can get through the rest of Bugsy's team. This Leavanny here actually can kill you with enough struggle bugs. You need to waste out Bugsy's hyper potions on the previous Pokemon before Leavanny comes out. Snivy's also max speed here, so it can take enough struggle bugs from Leavanny to kill it with tackle, and that's Bugsy. You have to fight both Bianca and Sharon right after, and Bianca's easy, and you can just set up all the way with Snivy at the beginning with a Violite and then sweep through Bianca's team. Sharon's gonna be a little more difficult though because of his Pidove and Pignite. If the Pidove in the front goes for Leers, it can ruin this entire run. I have to set up all the way with Snivy and use Mega Drains to keep myself healthy throughout this battle. You're just gonna have to hope Pidove and Pignite don't go for unfortunate moves here, but if they don't, this is basically the point in the game where things open up and you're gonna have a lot higher chance of getting through. I forgo the Petalil and Cottony forever and grab a Pansage here in Lost Lorn Forest before I can take on Elisa. Elisa is gonna be super easy. All of her Pokemon just get swept by Snivy. Her Molga is gonna do nothing to max defense, max HP of Violite Snivy. Especially with Leech Seed and Protect, I can get to +6 really safely and slowly whittle down Elisa's team with Mega Drains. Even at +6, Snivy is just trash. I forgo Leaf Blade halfway through because it's a contact move, don't want to get staticked, and Mega Drain overall is really helpful to heal up. Other than that, I'm good here. We get past Elisa. Right before Driftveil Gym, you can get your Deerling, and I know you can get a Serene Grace Deerling as a gift, but Serene Grace is absolute trash on Deerling. I'd way rather get one of the other abilities. Alright boys, let's fight Clay. You can actually guarantee this fight if you're willing to make a sacrifice. I'm going to lead with pre-damage Choice Banded Pansage here. Pansage can outspeed and always kill Krokorok with a Seed Bomb. Right after, Excadrill is going to come in. Since Pansage is in kill range for Excadrill, Excadrill will always go for attacking moves here, so I can go into Snivy, who can live any crit. If Excadrill decides to go for Rock Slide though here and misses Snivy, it won't see the kill the turn right after on Snivy since it has full health and might go for Hone Claws. I need the Excadrill to hit my Snivy because it has an eject button. This isn't actually an issue though because Snivy has Coil, which is going to raise its defense. So that means we could keep matching attack changes with defense boosts against the Excadrill until it decides to attack and activate the eject button. Once I activate the button, I'm going to get a free switch into Focus Sash Deerling. The Focus Sash is going to ensure it gets at least 2 turns to attempt to kill the Excadrill. This Deerling can outspeed, and I only need 37% on Excadrill before I let Deerling go. My Deerling does get flinched here, so I'm gonna have to let it go. I can safely go into Pansage after, who will always kill from this range, and Dragon Palpitoad. I can get one more pivot switch using Sewaddle so I can change up my Pansage's Choice Band. Pansage can then easily finish off the Palpitoad with the Seed Bomb. Looking back, a choice band on Deerling actually would have given me a better chance of saving it, but still not guarantee the fight. I'm gonna let Deerling go here because I'm kind of advertising it as a viable strategy, and I want to play out the rest of the run in a situation where I intentionally let Deerling go. So goodbye Deerling, and gimme the ground badge. I grab the MVP of this run, Pharaoh Seed. Grab a nice Fungus right after. Then we can face Skyla. Oh, Skyla. You're looking pretty cute today, Skyla. Alright, so Pharaoh Seed is going to be able to set up to +6 attack and -6 speed. And this is going to give Gyro Ball full power since Gyro Ball does more damage the slower you are compared to your opponent. So -6 speed and the +6 attack makes these Gyro Balls super powerful. And that's all we need to sweep Skyla's entire team. Alright, this next Sharon fight is very difficult, but we have a lot of tools at this point in the game, so the odds are still heavily in my favor. I'm going to start with this battle with Pansage here, and Pansage is Focus Sash, so it can always survive at least one Air Slash and get one turn of Torment off. This Torment will actually last the entire time that the Unfezant is alive. I'm going to go to my Pharaoh Seed right after and attempt to get flashes off. I can protect on Unfezant's taunts with my Pharaoh Seed, so that next turn I can use Flash on Unfezant's potential Air Slash, and Torment is going to ensure that it won't go for taunt 2 times in a row. If Unfezant uses Detect, that means because of Torment, it will go for either Air Slash or Taunt next turn. I don't want my Pharaoh Seed taunted because then it can't do anything. If Pharaoh Seed does end up taunted, and it's unavoidable sometimes, I can go into either my Suwaddle, Fungus, or Snivy, and they're all sashed, and can also use Protect to waste more of Unfezant's PP. This is also going to allow me to switch back Pharaoh Seed on a guaranteed Air Slash, protect the next turn on a taunt, and attempt to flash down the Unfezant right after. Pharaoh Seed can also stay healthy with Rest and waste more of Unfezant's PP while it's asleep. I also have Flash on Fungus and Suwaddle in case I switch them in and they dodge a taunt or an Air Slash because of the flashes that I used on my Pharaoh Seed. This whole process is going to snowball the whole battle into wasting Unfezant out of its PP. Once all of that's done, and Unfezant only has Roost and either Taunt, Air Slash, or Struggle, and that's the way Torment sees it. It's going to see Struggle as a different move than Taunt, and since it gets tormented for its entire lifetime, and if it only has one move left, it's going to alternate between that move and Struggle. To combat this, I can switch my Pansage back in on a turn that Unfezant is going to go for Roost, and then I can protect with Pansage on the turn that it goes for Struggle. This whole process will allow me to get to +6 with workup on my Pansage. Alright, and then once I'm +6, the battle can either go 2 ways from here. If Pansage's Focus Sash wasn't broken by this point, Acrobatics is only going to have 1/2 power and not be able to KO the Unfezant in one hit, causing me to get hit by the Unfezant. But this is okay, because if my Sash was gotten rid of already, Acrobatics would have full power and take out the Unfezant in one hit, which means I wouldn't have to tank a Struggle anyway. Then, after the Unfezant's dead, Pansage can guarantee the KO on the rest of the team with Acrobatics. When Liepard comes in, it has Fake Out. So all I have to do is protect on the Fake Out because I could theoretically be here at 1 HP and Pansage would be dead to a nice priority Fake Out. I can protect on that, finish off the Liepard, and then there goes Sharon. Let's move on, boys. play the game on Winter. You won't have to face any trainers in Twist Mountain, and then we can fight the ice guy. My Ferroseed can actually PP stall this Vanillish super easily. We're gonna PP stall it all the way until it only has Acid Armor left. Once it only has Acid Armor left, we can go into Pansage, set up +6 with Workup, and sweep the rest of the Iceman's team. And there we go. Bianca fight right after. You can 1v1 this Statland first with Ferroseed, and then when Simisear comes in, you can use Fungus, who has special defense and HP investment to live a Flame Burst, and I can eject button pivot into Pansage. Pansage can 2-hit KO the Simisear and guarantee the 2-hit KO with a held Focus Sash. I can 1v1 the Samurott with Snivy, and then 1v1 the Mushardo with Ferroseed, thanks to a Leech Seed dropped off by Snivy right before it switched out. But nice easy Bianca fight, let's move on. Alright, so the final gym leader, Iris. I can just start with Snivy and Leech Seed the Fracture, then go into Ferroseed. I can anchor myself in with Ingrain so Dragon Tail doesn't slap me out. Then I can set up all the way with Curse, stay healthy with Rest, and do a Gyro Ball sweep. Looking back though, I should have just led with Ferroseed instead of setting up a Leech Seed. It just wasn't worth it, and it was a little too dangerous and gave Fracture 2 free Dragon Dances. But regardless, this fight is still very easy. Okay, 8 badges, time for the Elite Four. We're gonna start with Chantal. I can use Ferroseed to stall Cofagrigus out of all of its moves except for Grass Knot. I can Protect to stay safe and waste PP, Rest to stay healthy, and Substitute to avoid special defense drops from Shadow Ball and Psychic and be completely immune to Will-O-Wisp. Once it's all stalled out, I go into Pansage, and it only has Grass Knots left, which do nothing. I can set up to +6 with Workup, and I have Rest just in case on Pansage if he starts critting a bunch of Grass Knots. From here it's a full sweep, and I can prevent Flame Body on the Chandelure from burning me by just having a Ross Berry on my Pansage. And there goes Chantal, goodbye. Alright, up next we're gonna fight Grimsley. I'm gonna stall out the Scrafty here. I can use Ferroseed, which will always bait Brick Breaks from Scrafty, and we want to get rid of those first. Both Fungus and Sewaddle can soak up all 15 PP of the Brick Break damage, while Ferroseed can absorb the Poison Jab and crunches that both Sewaddle and Fungus bait in. Once it's all stalled out, and Scrafty only has Crunch and Poison Jab left, I can set up +6 curses with Ferroseed and sweep the rest of Grimsley's team. I'm going to do Caitlyn third. I'm going to start with Ferroseed, and first we're going to try to PP stall all the Focus Blast from Ryunculus, because then Ferroseed can PP stall the rest of Ryunculus's moves. I can start Beta Focus Blast with Protect, then I can go in Sewaddle, bait another Focus Blast, go back into Ferroseed, Protect, bait another Focus Blast, then I can just keep on doing this with Fungus and Sewaddle. Once it's all out of Focus Blast, it only has Psychic, Thunder, and Energy Ball left. If it occasionally hits me with a special defense drop, I can always switch out into one of my other healthy Pokemon to reset the drop. But I'm never really in any real danger here, and Ferroseed can stall out Ryunculus with all of its moves. Now, on the exact turn that Ryunculus starts to struggle, I need to go into Pansage, and I need to set up 4 work-ups here. And with all this struggling and the full restore that Caitlyn uses, this gives me more than enough turns to set up all the way. Pansage's black glasses and a crunch can sweep the rest of Caitlin's team. Alright, there we go. Alright, there's a reason I saved Marshall for last, so let's just do it. I'm going to start with Ferroseed, protect on my first turn, and waste a Storm Throw off of Throw. I can bait the Storm Throw again, go into Snivy, who can always take 2 of them because they always crit. I always know how much damage it will do. Then I can go back into Pharaoh and take either a Stone Edge, Payback, or Bulldoze that Throw likes to go for on Snivy. I can protect again, waste another one. Then the next time I go into Snivy, I'm gonna rest after the Storm Throw and wake up right away with my Chesto Berry. So worst case scenario here, if Throw goes for Stone Edge on my rest and crits my Snivy, Snivy will actually still have enough health to guarantee tank another Storm Throw. I can go back into Pharaoh, protect on a Storm Throw, and have Snivy tank another Storm Throw and rest up one more time. And same thing holds true here. If he goes for Stone Edge and crits, Snivy will have enough health to tank another Storm Throw. I'll go back into Ferroseed now again, protect, and then bait another Storm Throw. Snivy is gonna get one more Storm Throw, but this is all I need. And I needed to use only Snivy to take Storm Throw damage this whole time because I cannot let any more damage happen on any of my other Pokemon because I need them at full health for the rest of this battle. If I got bad luck, my Ferroseed can actually take 2 Storm Throws and then rest up after, and then Throw will be out. But here we are. Throw is out of Storm Throws at this point, and now Ferroseed will set up 6 curses and then destroy the Throw with a Gyro Ball. Now the Conkeldurr comes out. I can go into Sewaddle here, who will always live a crit Hammer Arm, and I want to eject button out. If Hammer Arm misses though, Conkeldurr is going to go for Stone Edge instead on Sewaddle. So we're always safe here because we can go back into Ferroseed, tank the Stone Edge, bait another Hammer Arm, go back into Sewaddle until the eject button activates. Now once the eject button activates, I can go into Pansage, and Conkeldurr loves to go for Hammer Arm on Pansage. It's not guaranteed, but he really does prioritize it. I can use Substitute and Protect on Pansage until Conkeldurr runs out of Hammer Arms. There's also an Oran Berry on my Pansage. This Oran Berry will allow me to set up one more Substitute and then Protect right after to stall out Hammer Arms and activate my Acrobatics for the rest of the battle to do full damage. Once Conkeldurr's all out of Hammer Arms, I can go back into Ferroseed, and Ferroseed completely walls the Conkeldurr now once it's all out. I can set up all the way with Curse once again, take out the Conkeldurr, and then Mienshao comes out, and it wants to go for Jump Kick on Ferroseed. I can Protect to give it crash damage. Then I'm going to go into Fungus, and Fungus has an eject button, will always live a crit from Mienshao. I'm going to eject button right back into my Ferroseed, and now Mienshao is going to go for Jump Kick again, and I can Protect and take out the Mienshao with crash damage. Lastly, Sawk comes in. I can tank even a crit Karate Chop with Ferroseed here, and I'm going to get off a Gyro Ball plus Barb's damage to get it in range of a Pansage Acrobatics. Right after, I'm going to sack Fungus. I actually get lucky in this battle here, activate Effect Spore, and now I have a chance to take out the Sawk with my Fungus. But I already plan to sack Fungus here, and I want to play out the rest of the game in that same scenario, so I let Fungus die here anyway. Once Fungus is gone, I can go into Pansage and Pansage can outspeed and finish off the Sock with acrobatics. And now guys, it is time for the N Gets This Gauntlet. Alright, let's look one last time at the squad before the final fights. Everyone here has been EV trained, and in black and white you do not have access to EV reducing berries. That means once you get EVs on your Pokemon, they are there forever. Well, I had a fun time with the boys, but let's see what happens going into the final fights. Quick tip for you guys. If your party is full, they're not going to force the legendary Pokemon into your party into the first slot. So that's why my boy Watchog is here. Alright guys, let's do it. The N Gets This Gauntlet. I'm going to start with Ferroseed. First, waste one Fusion Flare from Reshiram with Protect. Then, I'm going to switch into Snivy with a Focus Sash, tank another Fusion Flare. I can Protect here to potentially waste another, since Reshiram will go for Fusion Flare or Extra Sensory at 1 HP. It's not going to go for Hyper Beam for whatever reason through testing, but you can Protect to give yourself another chance to waste a Fusion Flare. You kind of have to too. You can also double Protect potentially to waste one more Fusion Flare. I also have Sawaddle too, who's sashed, and you can let Snivy go down here too. Sawaddle can tank another Fusion Flare, or 2 or 3 with Protect if you need to. With all of that combined, you need to tank all 5 Fusion Flares. If you don't, in worst case scenario, your run is over. But it's very, very likely through testing that you'll waste all the Fusion Flares. And once they're wasted, Ferroseed completely walls the Reshiram. I'm going to stall the Reshiram out of all of its moves except for Reflect. Also, while I'm stalling it out with Ferroseed, it's in my best interest to get it low so Pansage can pick it off without having to deal with the Reflects. Once Reshiram only has Hyper Beams left, I can easily tank them, but I also need to time things very carefully so that Ferroseed is at full health, also awake, not sleeping, when Reshiram runs out of its Hyper Beams. I want the maximum amount of Reflects left with Reshiram as I can, so Pansage will deal with it, and you'll see why I need this in a little. Pansage is going to pull up, set up 6 workups and up Substitute. And I can't let the Reshiram struggle either and run out of Reflects, because I need this Substitute up for the rest of the battle. You're probably gonna have to wing this part here and just do stuff on the fly, but you need to kill the Reshiram on the turn that the Reflect runs out. And you can do this because low sweep is going to lower Reshiram's speed. So you can outspeed on the turn that the Reflect runs out and kill Reshiram without it setting up another one. Vanillix comes out after. You can outspeed, kill it with 1 Expert Belt low sweep, and then Zoroark comes out disguised as a Klinklang. And this is why I need my sub up, because Zoroark is going to outspeed and guarantee KO Pansage with Flamethrower. The Substitute is going to tank the Flamethrower hit and allow me to kill Zoroark with 1 low sweep. When Archeops comes in, I'm going to sack Sawaddle for a free switch into Ferroseed. And this is why you need to keep Sawaddle alive despite the Fusion Flares. If you do this successfully, you can go into Ferroseed, dodge a crit from Acrobatics, and then Iron Barbs plus Gyro Ball kills Archeops. If you dodge that crit, then that's it for N's team here, because Ferroseed can easily 1v1 the Caracosta, and you can defeat N and move on to the final battle against Getsis. Alright guys, last fight, we only got 2 friends left with us. We can do it. I'm gonna be able to easily stall this Cofagrigus out of all of its moves. Then, once it's left with 1 Psychic, I'm gonna switch into my Pansage intentionally. Pansage needs to dodge this crit here, and this is because if I stall out the rest of the PP of Cofagrigus with Ferroseed, it's gonna start struggling, and damage to Pansage too much will leave it unable to set up all the workups that it needs to. I also couldn't switch Pansage into a Toxic with a Pecha Berry because Pansage needs the Expert Belt in order to ensure all the kills with the previous battle and this one too, because you cannot edit your party in between. And if you dodge this crit, it's GG from here. You win. Because now you can use a substitute to block the rest of the Toxics from Cofagrigus, get to +6 with work up, you can take out the Cofagrigus, and Hydreigon comes in. And this is the reason why you need a sub up to, because Hydreigon can outspeed and kill Pansage. Low Sweep also isn't a guaranteed kill on Hydreigon, but that's not a problem because Low Sweep lowers speed, and even if you do miss the kill range, you can outspeed on the next turn and take out Hydreigon. But from here, Pansage can kill the Toad with a Seed Bomb, the Eo with a Seed Bomb, Buffalo with a Seed Bomb, and finally, the Bisharp falls to a Low Sweep. And that's it. The Grasslock is finally over. And what did I learn from it? And is it possible? I'd say no, because you would need the stars to align for the early game you guys have seen. And also, I'd say that sacking Deerling probably wasn't the best choice in the end, and I'm pretty convinced that a Cottonee or a Petalil would have been way more useful than Sewaddle, because Sewaddle was absolutely useless the entire game. I know the Grasslock in Pokemon White will remain untouched for the rest of time. Nobody will ever beat this run. But let me know, is there better ways I could have done these battles? Ways that could have increased my chances of beating them? Did I miss anything? Any scenarios where I could have been crit or a Pokemon used a move that would have screwed everything up? Let me know. I want to know. But just like, comment, favorite, and don't forget to leave a subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.